Hello, it's Alison, and here we are in Thanksgiving week, and I thought I'd come to you today with a few tips on how to have a successful shopping trip on Friday, a Black Friday shopping expeditions. I put it in the title here. So this came about because I had a chat with a lady today, and I asked her, we were talking about Thanksgiving and what have you, and she said that she's really looking forward to Black Friday shopping with her girls. And she and her daughters go, and now her grandchildren are going as well. And she said it's a big family tradition to go out shopping on Black Friday and go and get the bargains, all those Christmas presents and what have you that they're planning on buying. So I thought that was quite a fun tradition, actually. And I found a couple of Facebook posts today have been about Black Friday shopping. So I looked up a few tips for us to share, and I came up with 12. Or 15 actually. I think I've got time to talk about 12 of them now, and if you want the other 3, let me know and I will send those out to you. So the first one is to plan ahead, make a list, check it twice. And so that's the very first tip, is to plan ahead, make your list, and get those items written down as to exactly what you think you might be wanting to buy. A lot of flyers came out at the weekend, and there are an awful lot of websites. This is another tip. I'm going to kind of be melding them all together. So once you've got your list, I'll go into number 2, which is check prices. So going into all the websites that you might want to check out. So I check out camel.com. Hello, Mark. Camel checks out Amazon prices, and that's usually where I find things. And I've put in things like I'm just trying to think of things. Luggage, particular sorts of luggage. I've done my Instant Pot. I did on that, checking the price when I was wanting it. I knew I wanted it, but I didn't want to pay the price that I could see that it was at the time. So I waited for Camel to send me that email to say it's gone down to the price that you want to pay, and that's when I went out and bought it. Apparently in the UK you can watch pricerunner.co.uk, I presume, in the UK. That's another website that follows prices, and apparently Google Shopping is another one. I also have subscribed to bfads.net, and that's Black Friday ads basically, and it comes throughout the year now, with all the adverts, all the everything that all the national companies are doing at this time of year, ready for Black Friday. So that's tip number 2, is to check the prices. Number 3 is to use loyalty programs. So if you are signed up for, Coles is my favourite, Coles, and then if you're actually signed up for the loyalty programs, you tend to have first dibs on the sales and any of the rewards that are going on. And certainly at the moment, Coles is a good one if you're following that. Number 4, so with your list, set a budget and stick to it. That's so hard when it's so exciting on Black Friday to go out shopping and see all the excitement out there. So that's a good tip, I think, though, isn't it, to make sure that you have a budget and stick to it. And then number 5 is to use social media for tips from your favourite retailers, and sign up for their newsletters, because quite often they'll send you insider tips and ideas of sales as well going on. And then the 6th tip, prior to actually on the day, is to check store policies, just in case there are any problems and you want to return an item. You might want to check out their store policy for that if you don't know that already. And sometimes price matching as well. Sometimes that's something quite useful to know if you've bought something and then you see another advert. Sometimes they'll price match. However, I did read today on one of the websites that Black Friday, they tend to not necessarily follow that. They might not price match for their Black Friday sales prices, because everybody's obviously competing for your custom. So that's something to just check out on. And then on the actual day, on Friday, when you've recovered from your Thanksgiving meal, they suggest on these websites to start early. And the retailer you should be going to first is the retailer that has your number 1 must-have item. And that's always been my problem when I've done, this is why I don't do it anymore. I've ended up going to Walmart, and there are so many people there, and I've always got there late, and whatever I've wanted has always been sold out. And so it's always been one of those things. I've never been very successful, so that's why I'm delighted that online shopping has come to my rescue. But for those people who love that experience of Black Friday, start early and start with your number one must-have item. And that was number 7. Number 8 is if you're going to Target, don't wear a red top. I thought that was the best tip. Don't wear red. And I've heard this before, and there have been lots of memes, haven't there, on Target, on Facebook rather, about I wore a red top and I ended up doing Debbie's shift on Tuesday or whatever. So that sort of idea. So don't wear red. It's just one of those things you'll end up being sidelined by being asked all sorts of things, probably by other shoppers, and you might not get what you want because you're looking for something for somebody else. So that was another tip, number 8. Number 9 is leave the kids at home. And this lady I was talking to this morning was saying, the kids that they do take now are teenagers. There's no fun shopping anytime really, particularly though when it's so very busy. Having little kids hanging on and getting all flustered and everything. It's not worth you getting flustered, and it's not worth them getting flustered. And particularly if you're buying their Christmas presents, really just leave them at home, and obviously with a babysitter hopefully, and then go off and enjoy shopping with your girlfriends or whatever and have a bit of fun. Number 10 is don't panic. If the item you're looking for has been sold out, or the offer isn't quite as good as you thought it was going to be, you may well do just as well by hanging on and getting it online, or maybe shopping a little bit later in a week or so's time. Quite often there are sales just after Thanksgiving and the Black Friday sales. They'll say better than Black Friday prices, and you think, I spent all that time waiting in lines and everything. But so if they have sold out, they are more than likely to realise that was a must-have item for lots of people, and they may well bring it back in as a sale item in a couple of weeks' time. So don't panic. Number 11, actually, which is a one that I didn't even realise, is if you've got time tomorrow on Wednesday, you may go to the shops that you're interested in getting these Super Black Friday specials in. They may actually be holding those items at the same sale price tomorrow, which I was quite intrigued by. So you may well be able to find that sale price is honoured tomorrow. So that's something to think about. If you've got time tomorrow, if you're not spending all day in the kitchen getting ready for Thursday, then that might be something that you could do tomorrow on Wednesday. And then the 12th tip is to chat with others in line when you're waiting, when you've got your prized item, when you're in the queue, in the line waiting to pay for it. Chat with the other people in the line or in the queue with you. They may well have tips and ideas of things that they've got in their cart or in their trolley, whatever. And you might find, that's something I'm quite interested in as well, as long as it's on your list, of course. That might be something. And it's always fun chatting with other people as well on the day, isn't it? Because it's just an exciting day. It's such a fun time to be out in the shops if that's your thing. Anyway, have fun if that's your thing, if that's what you're going to be doing on Friday, on Black Friday, and going out shopping. And I know it's a huge, huge thing in America, and I don't think it ever was in the UK, but it's becoming that way. So if it is for you, please go and have fun, enjoy, be safe, and take care. And I will and if you want those other tips, let me know. And have a fun time, and I will see you next time. Thanks so very much for joining me. Bye-bye now.